All your favorite wrestling shows rolled into one. Welcome to the We Book It podcast. Let's start the show.
Welcome in, everybody, to the most must-see podcast in the game. Today, I am here with the best damn wrestling crew out here in the whole wide stratosphere, potosphere world, guys. I have none other than the We Book It boys with me. I am your host, Virgil. Thank you guys so much for joining. And, of course, I have the host of the Friday night SmackDown, lowdown, mowdown, toe down, hold down, woe down, throw down, whoa now, spin it up down, drop it around, bringing it down, slap it around. I have the host of the SmackDown lowdown, Fritos. What's going on, Fritos?
God damn this mask. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my singles and tag team competitors. I'm going to keep this short. I'm hungover as shit. So this is going to be a fun one.
Oh, God. All right. And, of course, we have our good brother who is down in. His boy MJF is back, so he's back. Guys, give it up for the homie Tank.
What's going on, guys?
All right. And last but not least, we got Teddy Long, Lemon Pepper Stepper in the building. Hi,
wow. Teddy. Wow.
Hi, Teddy. How are you, sir?
Wow. Well, Tank, it's nice to meet you. I've heard so many great things about you, you know, other than the other assholes of the group. It's okay, though, because this motherfucker Tank, this motherfucker wants to go one-on-one with The Undertaker for 2 weeks in a row. I don't know why he wants to do this to himself. I guess this is how this brother wants to end Black History Month. That's crazy.
The disrespect I've heard is crazy. Especially, I was there for that the special we did, the end of the year awards, and you didn't even get put on the
cold intro. I didn't even get the cold intro. See, even Tank ain't even been here, and he know how fucked up that was.
Okay, hold
Bad
on, pause.
Business. Hey, you don't even. Right. Hey, when Tank's mentioned, hey, hold on, wait. Me and Tank just meeting today, right? And the fact that he was able to say this,
we did a whole episode together before.
Hold up, player. Hold up, player. He was able to say this in the first 3 minutes and 7 seconds of the podcast. Carry your weight, okay? Carry your fucking weight, and we good.
You know what? I can't stand
it. But
now,
hello, everybody. It's Teddy Lemon Pepper Stepper. You know, it is what it is and what it's going to be, and that's what it is. You know, let's talk about it. All right.
And that's all it's ever going to be. With that being said, we are on the road to WrestleMania, good fellas, and we are a week away from Elimination Chamber. We got a lot to talk about with that. I want to gauge you guys' excitement level for Elimination Chamber. And of course, I want to talk about exactly what is going to happen at Elimination Chamber, which I don't think a lot of us know because, quite frankly, I don't even know the damn match card for Elimination Chamber yet, and it's this coming weekend. So, like I said, we got a lot going on, man. WWE is kind of in disarray right now. This is a very messy, very messy road to WrestleMania, and not the good type of messy. This is plans aren't finalized. Road to WrestleMania. Ticket sales aren't going great. Road to WrestleMania. There's a lot of concern. Road to WrestleMania. How are you guys feeling about this road to WrestleMania so far? I'm gonna start with you, Fritos.
With Chamber, I feel like it's eating McDonald's as an adult right now. You know what you're gonna get. But is it the best? No. Same thing with WrestleMania. Just kind of lukewarm. we don't know.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, Fredo. Sorry to cut you off, but we got to go ahead and give a round of applause. Somebody finally decided to show up.
Wait, hold on. This man didn't even mute to crack open a cold one.
Finally, Big C has finally showed up to the podcast.
Give him a round of applause.
And the fact that you got to lay up the SmackDown shirt on is perfect. It's perfect.
You see, I've been on time too much, so I had to go ahead and take it back to the old school days and be late.
Just for further reference, 844 is an 830C. But I continue. Go ahead, Fritos.
Just like I said, just lukewarm about this road to WrestleMania since we still don't know most of the matches. They're still teasing us with Liv, who she's going to pick, which we'll finally get the answer to Monday. But like for Elimination Chamber, I think we were shocked with some of the outcomes this week alone. Javon Evans, I didn't see him taking the spot over Gunther because I thought, they're going to try to do something with him. Trick Williams with Damian Priest and Carmella, which I think wouldn't say that's too much of a surprise. But with Priest, you never know what Triple H is going to do with him. But the biggest shock factor is Kiana James making to the Elimination Chamber, which I think threw a wrench in everyone's plans and booking wise. I'm okay with it just for that shock factor, but what's their plan with it? So I think that's my take, just going into Elimination Chamber and going into WrestleMania, because are they going to pull the trigger on Kiana James? No. But then what else are you going to do story-wise, too? That makes sense. I know now there's reports of potentially a fatal 4-way or a 5-way for the WWE Championship, which that could get intense, or they could just scrap that and do different plans. But they need to start cementing this WrestleMania, because am I excited? No. I mean, maybe it's like the factors we talked last week, going back to Vegas. You're repeating nothing new. Then what the next meeting that we have is in Saudi Arabia. So, I mean, we're kind of taking L's back-to-back years with WrestleMania now. So, yeah.
What about you, Tank? What is your excitement level for Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania, this road to WrestleMania that really hasn't panned out? I'm hoping that this weekend we get a lot clearer picture of what WrestleMania is going to be like.
They better hope it does, because for the sake of the normal fan, I know we've discussed it in the chat and everything, but I mean, ever since they decided to do this ESPN deal, my excitement for any pay-per-view has been at an all-time low. Having that in the back of the mind, as well as right now you have Elimination Chamber coming up and you still don't have the final two entrants of either chamber match.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, it's one thing to be like, oh, shock factor, but it's too little too late, in my opinion, for that whole shock factor. I'm not really looking forward to Elimination Chamber in terms of the road to WrestleMania season. I agree with Fritos. It's been very underwhelming. We'll see. At this point, with all their bad booking, they might as well have had Gunther win the Royal Rumble. You know what I mean? If you're not wanting to shock us anymore, go ahead. But yeah, it's been very underwhelming.
What are your thoughts, Teddy Long, so far on all of this?
It's a little hit and miss, only because you don't really get a lot of shock factor going into WrestleMania in Vegas Part 2. But I honestly feel like there's still some potential to be had. I'm not a fan of Kiana James winning over Nia and Charlotte, but I understand what they're doing in the sense of not trying to be predictable. And in the midst of them not trying to be predictable, it creates a whirlwind of chaos to where that us as the community can't really predict anything, which actually might be a good thing, because if WWE is too predictable where that we can always predict it, then there's really never going to be a shock value anymore. So with Javon winning, with Trick winning, like the push for them is great because they have did nothing but stand and deliver the entire time they've been on the main roster. Kiana James, she's somebody that can easily get lost in the sauce. But I'm pretty sure they'll keep her around for the images of what WWE likes for some of their talent, as far as a look factor of what they're going to bring in. But as far as the road to WrestleMania, I mean, with the Elimination Chamber not having its final components, also allows a chance for ways where you can get other people in the chamber. Somebody can try and requalify for the chamber that missed out on it the first time. So you got a lot of different variations, and with not having a locked-in chamber a week before, it's a toss-up. No, we don't like it because we really can't predict it, but that might be the angle they're doing because of everything the community has been talking about since we've been upset that they went back to Vegas.
Okay, I like it. Big Daddy C, like last thoughts on this.
Fuck them. Fuck TKO.
Even
Fuck
if they
WWE.
sell a bit.
Fuck them. All right, and we gonna get into more of this in the next segment or whenever we decide to talk about this blackout bullshit. But fuck them. All right, from the moment they started raising the prices for the event itself, because I actually wanted to go to this event. All right, and when they initially dropped the tickets, it was like the cheapest was gonna be like 100 and something after taxes, all that. That was good enough for me to be able to afford and go. This is probably the one pay-per-view out of all the Chicago pay-per-views they've had that they raised the prices for. And it's only, I get it, they're United Center, 30 years since they last been there. I get it. But come on, man. Like, what are we doing? And WrestleMania, I'm glad that the ticket sales are suffering right now. I'm glad they suffering
too.
Because this is what you get. Yeah. Was I in favor of New Orleans getting WrestleMania? No. But I'd much rather take that over them. Oh wait, was it New Orleans? Did they have New Orleans?
Yeah,
it was New Orleans. Because The Rock came out and did that whole little.
Okay, that's right. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I would have been in favor of that instead of them having the same city back to back. Like I said, it's different.
Why did they take it away from New Orleans? Was it because of the shooting and stuff that happened?
No, because they money hungry. They saw the success that they had last year and they wanted to do it again.
Fucking with the church's money.
And I'm like, yeah, all right. You had Tampa back to back, but that was different because the first time around it was COVID. Second time you actually had people in the audience, so it was different then. But like Vegas, I'm like, y'all just money hungry. I'm like, y'all trying to do what the Super Bowl does. You will never, ever make the amount of money that the NFL does off the Super Bowl. Get used to it, WWE. You're never going to make that type of money. They saw the success that the Super Bowl had years ago, and they wanted to do that again. They wanted to meet that, and it's not going to happen.
Big Daddy C, remember, it all comes back to Vince McMahon's fuck up by selling the company to TKO.
He had no choice, though. That's on him.
He had a choice.
That's on him for getting.
He could have had a choice because he could have easily made a clause in them contracts that made it to where that once the situation dies down, he can come back. Yeah. And he could have sold it to Triple H or Stephanie. Mm-hmm. He had a chance. Like he didn't have to be money hungry to take a big payout just to deal with everything else. Because before TKO even came a part of it, it was just WWE shareholders and they wasn't saying shit.
Mm-hmm. That's all I have.
And now everybody is. And now everybody is talking that like Vince wants to come back or whatnot. Like he wants to buy
that Vince
back,
can come back. It ain't about that he wants to come back. He can come back because he's still a holder.
Now when his old ass out here getting into car crashes and shit, like no,
he finessed the loophole with that deal though. He finessed the loophole with that deal.
Explain.
Because if he sells it to somebody that he's already been in bed with in the sense of the UFC. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those things that, okay, I'm getting smeared in the tabloids. Everybody's finding out my business. I need to do something real quick. I sell it to somebody I personally know. And we don't fully know what the contract states or what his buyout was in the sense of his shares, the minority shares, anything of that nature. And with them still keeping Triple H at the forefront for the WWE aspect and the Rock behind the scenes and stuff like that, we all know the Rock is going to do whatever he can because he's a Vince McMahon guy. We know this. Like without Vince McMahon, there is no Rock. Just like there is no Undertaker, which other people. So all these other people that are in places and all these different company venues, like Undertaker with AAA, and you still got The Rock with TKO. Like there's always a loophole for Vince McMahon to come back if he really wanted to, and if he really pressed the issue.
So, question to all of you, and I will. Don't step on my question. Would you? At the current state of WWE right now, would you want Vince McMahon to come back to WWE and take over charge of the book again?
Hell
Fritos?
No, because we'll get some goofy ass booking.
Bra and panty match.
LA Knight will go back to his model bullshit with Maxine Dupree. Shit.
Because that's how Vince had him. Shit. If you think about this, in the last 5 years. In the last 5 years, think about the talent from NXT to WWE and the gimmicks they had, because these are all the gimmicks they had under Vince McMahon.
Yeah, pretty much. And pretty much AEW got blessed with a lot of the talent that left WWE through the wave of Vince McMahon. And when he went through NXT and he basically like gutted all of them, like, yeah, we're not paying this one, change this one's gimmick. If this one comes up, this is going to be him.
Exactly.
What would you want Vince McMahon to come back, Tank?
Nope, not right now.
Why not?
Not ever.
Not. I mean, too much shit has already happened.
If we get Vince McMahon ever again, it's gonna be
Teddy,
Brock
you gotta
Lesnar.
let Tank finish first. You done cut Fritos up. You gotta let.
It
Tank
ain't
finish.
March yet, okay? It ain't March.
I'm gonna come to you in a minute. Tank,
March.
Tell us why you don't want him to come back.
It's just along the what Frito said. I mean, they've already done a lot of damage control by bringing back a lot of like the LA Knights, all of that. Like, I don't know. I don't want to see. I don't want to see him, but someone like Braun Strowman back and wrestling for the main title picture, pay-per-view after pay-per-view, and all these bigger guys coming back. You know what I mean? Just to, I guess, put like Brock Lesnar, people like him too. They'll come back. They'll destroy everything. You know, it just I'm sick of that sort of booking. So, yeah, no.
Appreciate it. Respect. All right.
Can I add a caveat to mine quickly before?
Go ahead.
If we do get Vince, I don't want him in charge of control of booking, creative, none of that. Just the business side, because I will admit one thing: he was least gracious with the ticket pricing to allow everyone to do it. So if he was only in charge of venues, promotion, all the other behind the scenes of the business, yes, but not creative. That's the only thing, if Vince did come back, I would be excited for.
Okay. I like that. I don't hate that. All right, Teddy Long, go ahead and tell me what.
I do agree with what Fritos just said, because when we started seeing a change where Vince was actually letting Triple H do more creative control over a lot of things with storylines and stuff like that, but Vince was the helm of the ship, things went smoothly in WWE. It was until they got with TKO, and TKO tried to mirror prices with UFC and everything else they have going on, and then being in business with Riyadh, like, them motherfuckers don't give a damn about money. They just want the money, and that's all they care about. So if it was Vince just as the face of WWE, or hey, I'm getting us this deal or that deal, yes. But if it's anything involving talent and titles and anything of that nature, hell
no. What do you think, C?
Shit, at this point, just let him come back. Like, just at this point, it's almost one of them situations where, like, can't go nowhere but up. And at this point, you got Vince on.
That's my faith. You lost that much faith in Triple H and the book.
It ain't even him, bro. Like I said last week. All right. Triple H is the Dallas Cowboys coach, and TKO is Jerry Jones. All right. He only got control over creative, just like coaches only got control over play calling and make sure who sits and who plays. That's where we're at right now. Triple H he really only got control over creative. If we really want to be technical, or like who gets released and shit like that. And come on, man. But when we talking money and like bigger decisions to be made and booking, like at the end of the day, you still got to answer to TKO. And
yeah,
fuck it. If Vince want to come back, cool. It'll add to some ratings for sure. Because it's Vince McMahon. He created all this shit. So, if he came back, the whole world would be buzzing. I'll tell you that. So, might as well let him come back.
Y'all. For me, y'all, I have been disappointed with a lot of the decisions that TKO has made. I've really been disappointed with the ESPN decision. I hate the fact that the PLEs are on ESPN. I hate that ESPN charges you an outrageous amount of money. I hate that, like I said, that they instead of doing commercials or anything like that, they just stop the whole show right in the middle and just go to a "we'll be back in a momentarily" screen, and you got to wait 5 to 6, 7 minutes for that. I hate that. This. I do hate Triple H's 4 or 5 match setup. I mean, for some pay-per-views, for some PLEs, it works. For others, though, you miss an opportunity to get more shine on people. You've been given a third hour on USA of SmackDown. Like I said, you can go as long as you want on Raw. But the problem being is there's so much talent out there that just don't get a shine on a PLE in some matches that could actually happen. The only time we get more than a 5-match card is at WrestleMania and maybe SummerSlam, the two nighters. So for me, I've been underwhelmed with Triple H's booking. And I was a big fan of him coming over and taking over booking WWE, but I've not been a fan of what he's done lately. With the book, I'm not a fan with this road to WrestleMania. I'm usually hyped around this time, and I'm usually excited about WrestleMania, y'all. Remember, after Elimination Chamber. All right, you get on mute. That's for you. Now, normally I'm excited, but this year I'm just not excited, man. And again, I know it ain't all Triple H's fault, but like I said, it happens. But I'm just not excited. And we also have a month and a half, y'all. A month and a half after this until the next PLE to blow off all this steam. So hopefully they build something that is memorable in between that and matches get set that I actually care about. Go ahead, Teddy Long. What you want to say?
I was gonna say, if you remember Unreal Season 1 when they were talking about the Netflix deal, how like they said like, oh, people think that just because it's Netflix, we can get away and do whatever we want to, and we could just have our time and do this and do that. They made a mention where like there's still rules and regulations that they weren't really aware of until they signed the contract with Netflix. Because even with Netflix, like even think about this, like when they had the Jake Paul fight and the Alicia Baumgartner fight, like even with that fight, they still had ads, and it was a live event, and it was a boxing match. And Netflix is going to get you because they're like, okay, we're going to put you on here, but we still need to run these ads, and we're going to run like 7 of them in a break that you have. Like, or we're going to run 6 or 5 of them. And it's like they can only do so much because still they have to produce a certain amount of time in the show and do everything. Like, they can't oversaturate it either. But what they have with USA, truth be told, like with the third hour that they're getting, we are getting a little bit more because who would have thought that Tama Tonga would have been in the spotlight on my bingo card this year with what's going on SmackDown with him and Shinsuke, or the fact that they're really tapping into the New Japan Pro Wrestling stuff, and I can really see not a merger, but like a two-way contract happening with them as well, just how they have with AAA, because with the podcast that they're doing, with everything else that they're tapping into, they're not afraid of okay, AEW, you wanna try and battle us because you got CML or you got Ring of Honor, or now you're tapping into HOG, or you're trying to get into reality of wrestling. Okay, we can show you how our reach is extended too, and we can tap into Japan, and we can tap into Mexico, and we can tap into these things too and do it better. Because what WWE is doing with AAA is 10 times better than what AEW is doing with CML.
Oh, absolutely. No, that's without doubt. That's without a doubt.
Like AAA for an hour and a half show, for an hour and a half YouTube show, they be fucking cooking. The show's short as hell, but they be cooking in an hour and a half. Like it's a short show. And that shows like what happens when you try to compact a lot of things in a small amount of time. Mm-hmm. Like it could be a lot to digest. You know what I'm saying? Like if we had a 7 or 8 match card all the time, or like I understand. Sure. Like I'll say this much: SummerSlam, WrestleMania, Survivor Series, maybe throw in like Hell in a Cell, or maybe throw in like I don't know, something else like those pay-per-views. Yeah, you do 6 or 7 matches if you can, or you just build a good ass card where them 5 matches carry. You know what I'm saying? But they have some rules and regulations when it comes to Netflix. But when it comes to SmackDown, I mean, Jacob Fatu talking about some get your punk ass out here. You know, is them tiptoeing that line that AEW got with TBS, because TBS let them do whatever the fuck they want to.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And let's not act like, which is weird as hell. Like, let's not act like the network that SmackDown is on, like all the shows that they feature on there, don't be cussing up a storm. Come on, man. All them drama shows they got shit on USA.
Who they let do that shit?
Shit, you got a fucking multi-billion-dollar company. That's damn near worth more than all them other shows that they airing on TV. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? Like, come on, man. And so, like, it's just little shit like that. It was like, come on, bro. Like, y'all got to do better. Like, y'all have to do better. And in terms of the pay-per-view and the matches, like, the only ones that I feel like you can get away with the 5 and 6 card matchup are the ones in which there are, like, the Royal Rumbles, the Elimination Chambers, the Hell in a Cells, like the Survivor Series, where you have at least 2 or 3 matches where it's going to take up about 25 to 30 minutes or to an hour or so. So you can get away with 5 to 6 matches. But everything else, yeah, that worked in the old days, you know, but like where there wasn't an influx of talent. There was no G League type company, G League type, entity like NXT that existed. Like, it was everything like outside of WWE, the indies and all that shit. So like now that you have that, you have so much more talent to utilize. You just got to be careful with, only having so many, matches, because NXT, it's the same thing with them. Like, yeah, they got more talent to work with. They could do more things because they won't get hit with it. They won't get penalized as much as the main roster would for only having like 5 to 6 matches, because you got so much time and opportunity to like showcase your younger talent. But yeah, I'm over WWE shows. At this point, I'm just winging it when it comes to like watching everything. Like I'm not emotionally invested. So everything that happens, I just let it play out. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool, whatever. And that's it. I have no emotional attachment to this. Probably the first year in which I'm not super, super excited for WrestleMania, because it's just like, some of the shit that we're going to see, we probably have seen in the last 2 or 3 years, so a lot of the same names are
getting his ass beat by Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. A lot of the shit that we're going to see is going to be, it's going to be, repeated. You know, Cody back in the main event scene. He's gonna be back in the main event scene. And
we're gonna talk about that. I have an interesting take on that. But before we get to all of that, tomorrow night, AJ Styles farewell episode paying tribute to AJ Styles tomorrow night. We're the We Book It podcast. We book this shit. What do you guys think happens tomorrow on that episode? Because I don't think that they're doing that episode tomorrow because AJ Styles is going to actually say goodbye. Go ahead.
Rematch.
Teddy Long, go ahead.
Hey, rematch at WrestleMania. That's what this is setting up.
Gunther ain't got shit going on.
He don't, because he's not in the Elimination Chamber, so he got to do something. And I feel like this is AJ Styles get back at Gunther, and it happens at WrestleMania
because he didn't throw down. Because he kept the gloves. He didn't put the gloves down. So, like I said, I don't hate that. I think I was the one that said when we booked the WrestleMania card, I think I was the one that said that something like this is gonna happen. Just because of how
Michaels come back after a year, after he got retired by the Undertaker. Didn't he come back after like a year or two?
No, it was like 10 years before he came back. It was at that Super Showdown, and it's the match that never should have happened.
In Saudi Arabia with DX versus the Brothers of Destruction. That shit was garbage.
No one in the world of wrestling.
We're gonna talk about that match.
And as we're now seeing in boxing, like no one ever stays retired. Okay. So at some point in time, if the money is right, someone's gonna come back.
I got a bad moment, but that match gets deleted out of memory like the end of WrestleMania with Chris Benoit holding the title.
Dang.
or what WWE does, they classify it as a regular match between Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Don't even put Chris Benoit name in there. It's just Triple H versus Shawn Michaels for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania.
That's terrible. Speaking of which, since we're talking about all these throwback moments, let's go ahead and throw it back to the throwback moment of the week.
Speaking of Triple H and WrestleMania, I'm going to take you back to 2005, about a year over, 20-something years, 21 years since the day where Batista made his decision on who he's going to face at WrestleMania 21. And he had the opportunity to choose between Triple H and JBL. Triple H tried to pull a ruse over Batista and had JBL attack him, so that way Batista would choose JBL and go after the WWE Championship instead of the World Heavyweight Championship, only for it to backfire, and Batista would eventually find out. And he would choose Triple H, give him a thumbs down, and proceed to kick him and Ric Flair's ass, and Batista bombed Triple H through the table. And he said he's coming for the World Heavyweight Championship, which he did, and he won. Not convincingly, but he beat that motherfucker 3 times back to back to back. And that's the throwback moment of the week.
All right, C. Thank you so much for that throwback moment of the week. All right.
You don't get no music no more?
No, someone complained.
Cause I was waiting on the do.
Because he made the music, the shit like 30 seconds long, and I hated it.
Hater. It was such a good song. I would be jamming out when that came.
So we all just have awkward silence in between. See?
Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
Enjoy.
Seconds.
And first off, y'all also there were people that also complained about my intro being long too. So it wasn't just me.
You and
Cody. It was just you and Cody.
No, the only two. It was you and Coach.
But hey,
I never complained. I loved it.
All right, let's talk about the road to WrestleMania. Let's talk about Cody Rhodes. Now, he was mentioned before about being the golden boy. He was mentioned before about all of the things that he has been to the company and all the things that he has done. Cody Rhodes had an interesting moment with Sami Zayn backstage of this past Friday night, which Frito so eloquently covered in the SmackDown Lowdown for this week. Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn went back and forth with each other, with Sami calling Cody everything like the golden boy, the chosen one, and things come easy for Cody and all these other things like that. They're clearly setting up to a match for these two. Now, the question is, does that match happen because of Cody losing at Elimination Chamber, or does it happen because Cody gets cost the WWE Championship by Sami Zayn at WrestleMania? Let me hear you guys' thoughts here on Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn and where this is headed. Go ahead, Tank. What do you think first and foremost?
Man, look, I love Cody. I do think time away from the spotlight would be great at points. You don't know what you have until it's gone or it's missed. You know what I mean? Sami, though, I stand by it. His moment was a few years ago. They should have capitalized on that then, instead of just throwing him in these matches just to keep his name up there. I mean, just this past year, I would say post WrestleMania, I think some of us mentioned, and also like the general wrestling fan thought that this WrestleMania would be his moment. He would be thrusted into this spotlight. He would get the main title. Now they're just kind of like, I don't know. I just feel like it's, oh, okay, what do we do with these two guys, Cody and Sami? Oh, let's just throw them in a match. There we go. There you go. And it's just, unless I see a full-on heel Cody Rhodes in the next month and a half, I don't really have any feelings toward it.
I got you. I don't think Cody's going to be the one to turn heel either. I think Sami's the one who's going to be able to turn heel in the situation.
It's the same old shit at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hear you. Yeah, no, I hear you 1,010%. I see you shaking your head. See, what are your thoughts? Are you in agreement with Tank?
Yeah, like if they do this, Sami cannot be the one to turn heel. Like it is not going. We're not going to be sold. Because obviously a lot of us have been wanting Cody to turn heel for quite some time. At least get kind of give us something new, and I just feel like this, this whole thing, like with him trying to, fight his way back to the world title. It seemed like we'd have had it. We've been seeing this 3 times over the last 2 years so far. He was chasing Roman. He was chasing, chasing Cena to get his championship back. Actually, no, he chased Roman back-to-back years, and then he chased John Cena to get it back. And then now he's chasing again to get at Drew. So, I just feel like, like Tay said, some time away from the world title would be nice. And like I said, a heel run wouldn't hurt Cody. It would help, honestly. And I feel like, with Sami, it would help to do it against him. But a lot of people ain't really, it seems like the crowd ain't really fucking with Sami nowadays, because I don't know if y'all been paying attention to SmackDown. There's been some boos with Sami. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I just think with Cody, you got to have him as a heel if you go do this whole feud with him and Sami Zayn.
What are your thoughts, Fritos?
Because I did call this last week where I said Cody and Sami versus each other at WrestleMania. I did see something today on Facebook because we still haven't got a resolution to the Jacob Fatu storyline. Allegedly, I don't know how true this source is or whatever, if it's just a fan thing or whatever. That just popped up and I was scrolling, saw it. The rumor was that it was supposed to be Cody taking out Jacob and going heel through that way, which I can see it because Jacob's going after the championship too, and that would make Jacob Fatu a super big babyface and make Cody the heel. But I hear that Cody has zero plans of turning heel at all. If that's the case, why not? We're starting to get tired with it. You even mentioned in your promo, your last title run was blah. So why not just change something up? You've mentioned before you don't have that much time left, so change it up a bit before you hang up the boots. I say just go heel and just ride it out to the very end and just pull a Cena and just come back as babyface and one more run or whatever. I do like the idea more because it makes it a little bit more entertaining if Sami comes and helps Cody for Elimination Chamber, but ultimately backfires, and that's when we start seeing that rift. We saw a little bit more today, this past Friday, and especially with kind of, I don't want to say gaslit him, but he definitely manipulated Sami to almost apologize for him being emotional, which I thought was hysterical. And if that's the case, then that could potentially lead to that multi-man championship match where, let's say, we do get Drew, Sami, Cody, and Jacob on the ring. It'd be entertaining, and then we could finally get that full heel turn from Cody at Mania for that shock factor too. Something along those lines. I think that would be entertaining and something new for his return career back in WWE too, since it's something fresh, really.
I don't hate
Bring
it.
back
I don't hate it.
Stardust.
Oh God, no. Go.
That's a mute.
Go ahead.
That's a mute. That's a mute.
Mute me.
What are your thoughts, Teddy Long?
I honestly feel like it's bound for Cody to go heel eventually because they're pushing Roman to be a babyface on Raw. And with him coming back in his new era, even though he can be a heel by definition, the crowd is going to they're more engulfed with him now than they ever was with him with the bloodline. And he ain't even got the full bloodline. So I see it being him. I see it being Cody because like they said, we can't believe Sami going from being, oh, I gotta win it, I'm gonna win it in front of my people, to him becoming a heel. Like, he ain't never been a heel, and the only time he's ever really feuded is when him and Kevin Owens be turning on each other for real. Other than that, like, I don't believe it. Like, it's not sellable. Like, and they're starting, and the reason why people are booing him is kind of like he's getting forced on us, just how Roman got forced on us when Roman won the Royal Rumble when he shouldn't have won it that year. He should have won it the year before. So it's one of those things that with Cody, like, he has a great opportunity to go heel because in that promo when he was like, the reason why you ain't never won nothing is because you ain't willing to do what it takes to win. You ain't willing to pull the trigger. Cody, like, I'm gonna show you I'm willing to pull the trigger. You fucked around and hit Drew with your boot. Yeah, you fell into the crossroads and I took it.
Yeah.
In the discussion, you tried to help me. Cool. It's a triple threat match. Everybody knows there's no DQ. He could have been like, he really could have gotten to his asshole bag. Like, hey, fam, you doing a lot of complaining for a no DQ match. What are you talking about? Like, the rules are, there's no rules in a triple threat match. Like, they try to keep it cordial and shit like that. But let's be real, motherfuckers can get tables, ladders, chairs, and fuck shit up in a triple threat match, and it's perfectly legal, and they just don't do it. Like, all these qualifying matches could have went crazy. They could have went to the extreme, chair shots, bells to the everything could have happened, and they didn't do it. Like, so that just shows you like the pullback that they have, but like the no DQ shit comes in with interference by Drew McIntyre because it's legal. You ain't got to use a chair, you ain't got to use the belt. I could just come in and claymore you out the pin and keep it moving. But like eventually they got to do something with Jacob. They got to do something with Cody. They got to do something with everybody because that title got too many angles pointed at it right now. Like it's almost to the point where that you damn near would have Drew McIntyre in the elimination. Wait, no, I ain't gonna go that far, but I'm like, you damn near have him in the elimination chamber with the title on the line.
I wouldn't hate that. They used to do that
because he got beef with everybody that's in the chamber right now.
Yeah,
legit beef with everybody in the chamber right now.
Look, at this point, the chamber is no longer used for. It seemed like it's no longer used for title match. Yeah, unless
it's always used it's used for the alternative.
Unless the title is vacated, happens to be vacated around that time. Somebody gets hurt, or it's just one of those weird scenarios where there's no clear, there's no definite winner or whatever or challenger. But like I said, it's rare that we get championships, defended in the chamber now, because it just seems like that's not the case anymore. Because people who don't win the Royal Rumble is pretty much a consolation prize match, second chance, if you will, for them to get into the main event of WrestleMania. So that's pretty much what it is.
Pop quiz. Can anybody tell me what was the last championship defended at inside of an elimination chamber match?
Was it when Bray Wyatt won?
It was the Universal Championship when Bray Wyatt won.
Yeah.
Wrong. The last elimination chamber match, the United States Championship was defended in that match.
Was that Austin Theory's match?
Yes.
Yep.
That shows how much we actually cared about that as being a championship.
Oh man!
Because I was about to say one of the best ones was when Big Goldie was defended and Shawn Michaels won.
Listen, I don't care what y'all say. That match was cold. Like the mid-card talent in that match was cold. Seth Rollins
wasn't Montez in that one?
Montez Ford. That's when people really started the between him and The Rock. It was like, bro, Montez Ford really him.
Hey, Montez Ford. Thank you. He's the Black Shawn Michaels.
Bro, he's cold. He is cold. I can't wait for that man to come back, bro. What? That man is cold.
I mean, he is back, but he's got the beer gut now.
Oh, he's gonna work that off real quick. It don't take long. But it's hard for him to work it off when Bianca.
No, see. No. I already knew where you're going.
Do it.
He opened the door for that one. I had to walk right through it, man. He said he gonna work it off.
Anyways,
he gonna do that. All right. He gonna do that.
Let us move forward, guys. I think I just heard not only the gong. So you know what time it is, guys. It's time to find out who this week is going one-on-one with The Undertaker. Maybe.
Oh, I was waiting on the picture to go away. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the graveyard tonight. And in this week, no, it never went away, but I'm still gonna go. Okay, bam, there we go.
Wait for the picture to go away. Y'all, it's not me, my computer, bro. It's the Wi-Fi. I promise y'all.
It's not gonna be you again this week, I promise.
Bro, it's not me.
I'm gonna give you a pass. I'm gonna give you a pass, bro. But because I'm gonna give you a pass, with going one-on-one with the Undertaker, is anybody can get it. And by anybody can get it, I mean I got a 2-for-1 special this week between the Bellas and Becky Lynch. Simply because their promos lately have been sounding like chalk being scratched on the chalkboard with keys and a kitten crying in the back alleyway. I don't know what Becky Lynch is trying to do with her character in the sense of what she's building with AJ, but it sounds like she's constipated and she's trying to force one out. And I don't like how her veins look at her neck when she does that. And then when we talk about the Bellas, like the fact that Nikki couldn't understand that they were saying coop in a situation, like, shows that her old ass don't need to be on TV or have a mic in her hand. And the fact that she is horrible at selling the devil's kiss, she definitely gets to go one-on-one with the Undertaker. So this week we just ran a train and a threesome of the Bellas and Becky Lynch. They all can go one-on-one with the Undertaker. That has been the graveyard tonight.
Damn.
God damn.
Thank you, good sir. Thank you. I love that. That was amazing.
Oh, that finish.
Only because I put the Bellas in there. That's why you over there like it's amazing.
Shit, Becky too. Shit, Becky too.
Bro,
I can't take her promos no more, bro. I can't take Becky promos.
Bro, like they're forcing it with AJ and Becky.
Yeah, I can't do it no more, man.
It can't even be natural. Like it would be like
it seemed like when she worked.
It would be more natural to have like a battle royal where you have AJ, Becky, Maxine, Ivy Nile, and some other motherfuckers in there, and you put the strap on the line. Then you get your controversy. Then you can build another story out that shit or whatever. Because AJ ain't finna be around full time. Like
it's getting to the point where if Becky not on the mic in the promo with any of the three horsewomen, I'm not trying to hear it. Like it's like her chemistry with those three are better than anybody else on the roster, and that's just
Ronda Rousey.
And Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey,
she can't fucking stand Ronda Rousey.
Yeah. So like,
but don't worry,
I'm
a UFC fight with Ronda.
If it's not those four, I ain't trying to listen to nothing. Bro.
If she gets knocked out, I can't wait for the WWE responses to that.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be stupid. Okay, I'm finna break down to y'all what's going on with Becky Lynch and what her character is. She's trying to be obnoxious. She's trying to become off obnoxiously like Donald Trump. So, like I said, the way she talks, the promos, everything like that, everybody says it. ESPN says it. Says it. Everybody knows I'm the greatest in the world. And like talk herself up like that. It's a play on that type of character, and like it worked.
Forbes says it.
Yeah, like I mean, like it worked for a while, but like it's kind of starting to get that go away heat type of heat for her. And like I said, that's tough, man. That's tough. Now everybody, we're going to close out the show with figuring out who should Liv Morgan choose to fight for her match at WrestleMania. Obviously, will not be a main event. I hope she don't call it that because we already know the two men's matches are getting the main events of each night. But nonetheless, should she choose Jade or should she choose Stephanie Vaquer or Velcro or however you say it?
Stephanie Velcro.
Oh man, hey man, I miss Naomi so much.
We miss Naomi, man, because her on the mic would have been golden around this time, bro. Like, oh man,
you two help us to get to the back.
Her and Bianca are missed right now because they're gold on the mic.
That whole feud, it really should have been a triple threat match for the WWE Championship. It should have been Jade versus Naomi versus Bianca for the WWE Women's Championship. Although Jade versus Charlotte is gonna hit like crack.
They've been teasing that since Jade signed 2 years ago. And you talk about long-term storytelling. Here goes Triple H in his bag again, but he's not giving us with the men's direction. He's giving it with the women's direction because you still also then you got the three-headed monster of having Tiffany, Charlotte, and Jade. Because that right there, muscles and shit. I want to say something. I'm pretty sure it's gonna get me canceled. So I'm not gonna say it.
We don't need that heat.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it.
That's funny. Okay.
No, I was asking Charlotte, but I forgot Charlotte just lost the triple threat. So never.
Hold on, wait. I'm texting the group chat. Hold on.
Oh God, I'm scared.
Frito, who should Liv Morgan choose, or who will Liv Morgan choose tomorrow night?
Stephanie. just after that little video package we had where Stephanie came in and spoke to her in Spanish and saying that you got everything you wanted to handed, where Liv had to work her way up from ground up to get to where she's at. I think you've got more of a emotional. God damn you, Teddy. You got more of an emotional storyline where people could buy in. You could buy into that story. And it's something more exciting. I don't want to say there's chemistry with her and Jade, but it just doesn't feel right. It's after that whole emotional where we saw Liv cry and get embraced in Dom's arms. To me, the story there is definitely with Stephanie. And plus, they're not going to break the Judgment Day up yet, even though we keep saying it. I think it's going to be. Yeah. I know it's going to be. Finn just gets kicked out, and they just add a new member and keep going through that way. Sadly, but yeah, to me, this is the best story that we could get. You could do something different quickly with Jay, like Tiffany Stratton. They've got history if she does win Elimination Chamber. Charlotte Flair, or I'm not going to repeat what Teddy said in the group chat, but Jay did mention Rhea, which maybe Rhea going to SmackDown and, reuniting with Damian, that might help Damian's stock because they keep trying to do stuff with him since that's the only time he seems to be able to do good, be behind her shadow. But
Bad Bunny can't always save him.
But yeah.
Wow. All right. Hey, pay attention. Who is Liv choosing?
I would say it's best for her to go with Stephanie back here. But if she goes with Stephanie back here, I see somehow a way where it turns into a triple threat match with Raquel.
Man, yo, what do you
see? You made him take the headphones off.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, yo.
Hey, blame Birdman. Blame Birdman. Blame Birdman. He sent me a link. He sent me a link of the leaks that came out years ago.
No.
But anyway, go ahead.
Stop right there.
Go ahead.
Stop right there.
Go ahead.
Man, we're going down like the band in Titanic. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go
Oh,
man. Tank, please save us. Tell me who is Liv going to choose tomorrow night?
There isn't any saving this group. Oh man. Dude. Oh my god. Anyway, I think it's gonna be Stephanie. Jade and Charlotte have to happen this WrestleMania, but I can't formulate it straight out.
Oh,
here we go.
She better choose Stephanie, man. She better choose Stephanie, man.
Before this show goes off the rails, I would like to bring in the Fritos.
Hey, whoa,
you said enough. You said enough, Claude.
It's gonna be a bad. She better choose Stephanie, or it's gonna be a bad ending to Black History Month, bro. I'm telling you. Hey,
what? Oh man,
I'm just saying, bro.
Virgil, hit my music.
Probably.
Please, for the love of God, please put us out of misery, bro.
Jesus Christ.
It's the mask.
At number 5, I've got Tama Tonga. He won his match against Dragunov, but I like what's going on with Shinsuke. Is he going to break off from the NFTs? Are they going to do some type of thing with the New Japan Wrestling, with the history? I don't know. Keep your eye on it. At number 4, I've got MJF. His promo with Hangman Adam Page, also his past week match at HOG with Andrade getting involved. It's really interesting to see what's going to happen with his title. I like what AEW is doing with that main title shot. At number 3, I got Swerve Strickland. That match with Kenny Omega was nothing but amazing, and that very end, just annihilating Kenny on that broadcast booth. Fantastic. Then at 1 and 2, it's hard for me to pick. You could switch them out, however you feel. But I've got Trick Williams and Javon Evans securing their spot in the Elimination Chamber. And that has been a Fritos Fave 5. Yeah.
All right. So.
See.
I was listening to see it. Teddy Long was going to say it. He still didn't say it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm done.
Finally got him to say it.
I'm done. Okay. Golly. Don't have to be so uptight. Sheesh.
All right. Teddy Long, what would you rate Fritos Fave 5? He wasn't even paying attention. Say it. Admit it.
No, I was paying attention. What are you talking about? I was paying attention.
Okay.
I give it a B plus.
Sir. Oh, a B plus?
Yeah.
Okay. Tank, what do you rate it?
You know what? I'll give that one an A minus.
Yay, there we go. All right. What would you rate it, C?
I'll give it an A.
And I'm going to give you an A plus, Fritos, just because I appreciate you wearing that mask the whole show.
It's hot.
All right. Everybody, we appreciate you guys so much for tuning in to this episode of the We Book It podcast. Tomorrow night, Coach and C got you with the Raw Dog Monday night. And then, of course, Tuesday night, I'm with you for the Tuesday night takeover of Who's Next to NXT. And then we will be back on Friday night with the SmackDown Lowdown, Hoedown, Modown, Throwdown. And then, of course, Saturday night, we got your AEW recap. And Sunday, we'll be back with another episode reacting to all things Elimination Chamber. Appreciate you guys so much. Until next time, keep those book and pencils sharp and keep on